welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the First Half Sports Podcast. This is your boy Brad, aka The Big Mocha, alongside my man
Jaden, aka Jaden Props.
And we got a special prop-filled Prizepicks NBA slate episode for you guys today. So we're just going to hop right into it. So, Jaden, normally we got a couple of sports topics that we talk about here on First Half Sports Pod, but today we're just going to be sticking strictly to betting. We're going to let the NBA trade deadline news kind of, die down over the next 15 minutes. We'll report on that tomorrow, but today, strictly money, strictly bets, strictly player props. IRS, if you're listening, we don't do sports books, but player props, we're here. Jaden, start us off, man.
All right, let's get it. All right, so I'll just put out there, and my last 6 bets were 5-1, so let's keep that streak going. We got locked in early today. Now, I'll say my first prop, I got Jonathan Kuminga over 19.5 points against the Pacers. He has gotten bumped up to 21.5 points. If you were wondering, would you still take Kuminga at 21.5? The answer to that is 100%. I'm going to break it down a little bit to you why. So, first of all, for Kuminga's position, power forward, the Pacers average 26 points a game to power forwards. So power forwards are just straight up dominating them. Some no names are hopping in there, scoring 20 plus. If you're heavily involved in the offense, you're gonna eat against the Pacers, and that's just how Jonathan Kuminga has been recently. They've been heavily relying on him in great matchups, and 26 points a game. There is square. I mean, now it's gotten bumped twice, but it's only at 21.5. I see him if he only scores 22 points. That's going to be a bad game for him against the Pacers. Now, there's been just absolutely just people just straight up dominating them against the Pacers. So, I just the way Kuminga's balling right now, the way he's getting involved with the team, I cannot turn this down. I would put this all over the place. If you have stuff that you're stuck with, definitely pair it with Kuminga's points. It's my favorite prop for today.
Yeah, and I do like that the Warriors found. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I do like how the Warriors found a role for him. Over the beginning of the season, the problem was, can they find roles for these younger guys? And he was one of the big question marks, and they found him. So Steve Kerr and the Warriors, they're over there doing what they need to. So get him involved for sure. And 21.5.
Definitely.
I mean, even the fact you got him at 19.5 is amazing, but 21.5, I might add that onto a leg later.
Let's get it. All right, so my second pick is going to be Anthony Edwards at 27.5. Now, I love this prop, but Anthony Edwards has been a guy that I have just not been able to find success with this year because he is just against certain teams. He just does not do anything. He literally just lets Cat shoot he just lets everyone else do everything. But this is not one of those games. This is against Milwaukee. All right. The Timberwolves are going to want to show that they're a better team than Milwaukee. And who's best to do it with? Anthony Edwards, one of the top scorers in the league. They're averaging 27 points a game. Guards are averaging 27 points a game against Milwaukee. Pretty much just as bad as Pistons. I mean, they're both the worst guard defenses. If you go deep into the stats, even bad guards. I'll just use an example. Alec Burks, 5 games ago, ended up scoring 33 points.
He's my GOAT. Don't disrespect him.
Hey, Alec Burks, he's balling. Hey, he can ball. All right. But who can ball better than Burks?
I couldn't even tell you what team he played for.
Anyways, he's on the Pistons, so it's that
could be why.
Anyways, though. Yeah, that could be why. But we'll just say this. Just 2 nights ago, I had Booker's points against Milwaukee because if you find a superstar guard and it's going to be a good matchup, the best thing to do is go with that person's points. And Ant, the last 2 games, has definitely been scoring the ball a lot more. And last game, he ended up scoring 30 at halftime, and he just didn't do anything for the rest of the game, and they ended up losing. So this game, they're probably going to heavily rely on him. So, he's not the best 3-point shooter, but it's going to create some good 3-point opportunities for him. The main thing is just driving and slashing to the bucket, which is what he's best at, and that's just what Dame is not going to be able to guard him. Dame's probably going to get dunked on. I'll just say that.
Their whole entire backcourt defense over in Milwaukee is
it's
not
a
the
mess
best right now. It's going to cost them some games, especially later in the season, playoff time, when teams start to get it. They got to figure something out. They don't do something within the next 10 minutes. This is 2:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the trade deadline, so if they don't do something in the next 10 minutes, I don't know what's going to happen with them.
Those are my locks for today. Let's hear yours. Let's hear we're sweeping tonight. All right. Let's
Oh,
hear it.
for sure, we are sweeping. I did go 0 for 2 last night. I had Jason Tatum and I had Kuminga as well. Kuminga missed it by point 0.5. I know. I think you had him
Oh,
at
you
like
got him
28.
bumped.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
was at
covered
28
for
and a half
me.
PRA.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was at 28 and a half PRA, and then he got bumped to 29 and a half, and then had 29 on the dot. So it wasn't a big loss, so it wasn't terrible. But we're planning on getting it back today. My two legger that I have today right now up. I got these early as well too, so I got they're bumped now, but I got them a little bit earlier. So I have Curry at 27 and a half points. He is currently at 28 and a half points. To be honest with you, I'd probably take him all the way up to about 29 and a half points, especially against the Pacers team right now. Even though he is 5 for 10 in the last 10 games against this prop, 3 for 5 in the last 5 games though. Excuse me. And the Pacers, they average about 24 points to opposing point guards. But with Steph Curry's usage rate up and the fact that he is one of the only 2 or 3 people on that team who can score right now, the Pacers are going to end up giving up a lot of points to him. So he's projected to get 30 tonight. So I definitely see him hitting that 27 and a half easily. I mean, it's Curry's going to be throwing up a lot of threes, even though the Pacers are a better 3-point team when it comes to playing against point guards. I still don't think, I mean, it's Curry. I still don't think they're going to stop him. He hasn't played them actually in a little bit either, the team overall. So it's interesting to see how he comes up and plays against this Pacers team. Though, this is the worst defense they've probably had in the last couple of years. So it'll be interesting to see, but I definitely got him at 27.5. 29.5 would be the most I would take him at, to be honest with you. Even though I do think he's going to have a good night, I don't think he's going to be going off like that. I think him and Kuminga will be, going back and forth with each other nicely on that. And then my second pick, my second leg on this parlay is going to be Mr. Good old Benny Boy Simmons.
Good old Benny.
I hate him as a player, but he always hits until he's injured. So until he gets out, I'm going to keep picking him. I got him for 12 and a half rebounds and assists. He is bumped right now to 13. Last time I checked, it could be up another 0.5, but the last time I checked, he was at 13. In the 10 games he's played this season, he's 9 for 10 on that prop. And he's been 100% since he's returned, which is the last 3 out of 3 games. They're going against the Cavs, which are a really good rebounding team. However, they still do give about 15 rebounds up to centers, along with about 4 assists. And as we know, Ben Simmons isn't a typical center. He does have a point guard. He is a point guard centered. So I do expect him to be getting a lot of boards, dishing the ball out. Honestly, I expect him to soar over this. I think he's going to have at least 15 altogether. So, I mean, I would take that line all the way up to about 14 and a half, 15 until I would call it quits on there. But I think it's still at 13. So 13 is still a great value on this, I believe, especially for Ben Simmons. I mean, even though he is injured a lot, he's Mr. Finesse King. He still gets rebounds. He still gets points. Or excuse me, rebounds and assists. Don't touch his points. Don't touch his points. Anybody out there?
Don't touch.
I don't care if his PRA. I don't care if his PRA is less than his rebounds and assists. Don't take his points. Don't take his points. This dude had 0 the other night.
He ain't scoring. Nah, but yeah, like you said, him greeting that 9 out of 10 times this year, it's just going to continue to happen. I mean, he's only going to come in and play about 20, 25 minutes. Still think he easily covers that square. Brooklyn just looks like a better team with him in there. People just hit their shots. I don't know if it's because he sets up just amazing plays for them, but people just look better on that team. They just usually drain buckets when he dishes them out to them.
No, I think he's just another player on the floor that you have to worry about. Even though you don't have to worry about him, you still have to worry about him a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because he is still a fantastic playmaker. He may not be the best scorer that he could be, but he is a great playmaker. He knows how to get his team involved. He knows how to go and fight for boards. So that 12 and a half, I got it early this morning, like I said. But I mean, shoot, I'm taking that all the way up to probably about 14 and a half, to be honest with you.
I feel that.
So, and then I mean,
Let's
honestly, out of your parlay though, Jaden, what is the one leg that you feel the strongest about? Is it the Edwards or is it the Kuminga leg?
Kuminga. I just think that's way too low. That's way too low for him.
Yeah,
against the Pacers, that's too low.
The fact that I already got bumped up 2 points is, I mean, that's a good sign for you for sure.
Yeah. He's covering 19.5 easily.
Oh, easy, yeah. Mine is the Simmons one, to be honest with you. I feel more confident in the Ben Simmons rebounds and assists than I do the Curry points. But I feel confident in both of them. I know that we're sweeping tonight, so we're going to be starting on a nice win streak. Jaden, I think this is going to be day 2, or is this day 3 for your win streak?
Nah, last night I didn't cash, so it's gonna be.
Last night we're restarting. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still 5-1, still 5-1 in the last 6. So
yeah, no, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it was a quick little episode, but it was just a fun fact picked episode today. So make sure that you let us know down in the comments below. If you're tailing us, let us know what you're putting down tonight for the game as well. And make sure to come back and stay tuned. We will have a special Saturday episode for the Super Bowl. Jaden and I are going to be cooking up lock 6 legs. So we're both going to have some 6 legs going up. And if a viewer, whoever tails us and hits as well too, has the possibility of winning a prize. We don't know the prize until Saturday. We got to keep that a secret for you guys. You gotta come back. You gotta come back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you gotta come back. But other than that, we're looking forward to a sweep. We're looking forward to a great night. We're looking forward to a profitable Thursday. And Jaden, do you got anything else to say before we sign off here?
Let's sweat these out and let's cash out.
Hopefully,
that's all I gotta say.
Hopefully, they're not sweats.
Hey, yeah, that's true. Hey, they're gonna
players
catch,
can,
so it'll be fine.
The players can sweat it out because they're running, but we're not.
Yeah, the players. Let's get it.
All right, we'll see you later, ladies and gentlemen. Peace. Listen.